click on the subscribe button and remember to press the bell icon for regular notifications from our digital blogger. Hello friends, welcome to our digital blogger. Today we're going to review Yes Securities. This is a full service stockbroker. In this review, we will be talking about multiple aspects including company background, pricing, brokerage, trading products, platforms, exposure, research service and a lot of other things so that you can figure out whether Yes Securities is a good enough stockbroker for you or not. Let's get started. So Yes Securities is a full service bank based stockbroker. They have a backing of Yes Bank and that makes it much more trustable as a brand, simply because whenever there is a bank such as an Axis Bank which has got Axis Direct, ICICI has got ICICI Direct, HDFC has got HDFC Securities. On similar lines, Yes Bank has got Yes Securities. It is based out of Mumbai. It was launched in the year 2013. It provides you a 3-in-1 Demat account. Basically what it does is it links your trading account with your bank account and you do not need to do funds transfers manually. Everything of that sort happens automatically in the backend. It is definitely, like we mentioned, it's a trustable brand. But when it comes to trading platforms, research service, some of the most important factors of stock trading, this is where the overall performance goes a little average in setup. So from that perspective, there are few questions called up from the clients of this particular full service stockbroker. We'll talk about all of this one by one and we'll start with trading products. For trading products, you can trade and invest across equity, currency, derivatives, IPOs, ETFs and mutual funds if you are a client of Yes Securities. The number is limited here because in case of full service stockbrokers, generally what we have seen is there is a range of around 10 to 12 investment products. In this case we see 6. You cannot trade in commodity. This is one of the most important concerns here, but still it really depends which particular segment you are looking to trade into, and correspondingly you can make a choice with that. Then we have trading platforms. Yes Securities has presence across different devices, be it the mobile app or the terminal-based solution or web-based browser application. We'll start with the mobile app, and for that let's check out Google Play Store. So the mobile app of Yes Securities is rated at 3.3 by around 170 users, out of which around 35% have rated the app negatively. Overall satisfaction score stands at a very low number of 65%, way below than the industry average. If you look at the update frequency cycle, the last one was done on 10th of August 2015. We are recording this video in July 2017, so it's been around 2 years that this app has seen even a single update. Number of installs in the range of 5,000 to 10,000. So definitely from number perspective, it's really bad. It's way below than the industry standards, specifically looking at some of the stockbrokers that have huge inclination towards technology. And then we have an example such as Yes Securities that hasn't really updated the mobile app for a huge time. Some of the concerns, there are performance related issues, so your speed of the mobile application for trading is going to be a little slow. There is no fund transfer process within the app, so if you are a client of this particular stockbroker using the mobile app, you cannot transfer the funds between different accounts. So allocation can be done. Basic user interface, so the UI, the user experience is going to be of a limited level, so you can't really have huge expectations there either. And if you do intraday trading, then the app might crash at times. It's not a regular thing, but it happens once in a while that the app crashes, and that is a big giveaway because it's a possibility that you might be under the situation where you are executing your trade, you're putting up the order, the app crashes and you might lose out some money there. So big concerns there, and we will certainly not recommend this mobile app for trading. Let's talk about the other trading platforms offered by the stockbroker. Hopefully they are better, but as far as the mobile app is concerned, you should not be using it for your trading. So we are using digitalblogger.com for reference here. They've got a web-based browser application. Now this doesn't require a download or install. You just go to a specific browser, put in the link and you can start trading after putting in your credentials. Now this application is good in terms of overall responsiveness. You can use it across multiple devices, be it a computer, mobile, desktop, tablet or a laptop. So it's not going to be a concern using this application. It's very lightweight in nature, doesn't really require a high configuration. The only concern here is that the number of features are very limited. So if you're a beginner, then yes, you can use it for some sort of initial tradings, but if you are a medium to a heavy trader, certainly you will find this application very limited as compared to some of the most mature trading applications at browser level given by the stockbrokers of India. So yes, you have to make a choice from there. As far as the terminal based solutions are concerned, most of the applications that they are providing are third party in nature. It could be Odin Diet, NSE Now. They can also provide you specific platforms based on indices rather. It could be NSE, it could be BSE Bold. So but at the same time you have to make sure that they are not paid in nature. Generally, Yes Securities does charge a specific payment for using these third-party softwares, so you must ask the executive while you are opening the account that whether these platforms are chargeable in nature or not. So correspondingly you have to make that choice, because these payments are going to be recurring in nature. They might ask you 2,000 rupees every year to use those platforms. So when it comes to the trading applications, like it's mentioned here, the trading platforms of Yes Securities don't do much justice to the brand name of this finance group. So certainly you will be disappointed when it comes to the trading applications offered by this particular stockbroker, and eventually you might lose out some money using them as well. Now let's get back to the review here. Moving ahead, let's talk about pricing now. So to open an account with them, you don't need to pay anything, be it the trading or demat account. It's free with Yes Securities. There is a maintenance charge with your demat account, which is yearly in nature. You have to pay 500 rupees every year to maintain your demat account with Yes Securities. When it comes to brokerage, very important factor before you decide anything, make sure you understand the intricacies of brokerage charges across different segments offered by the stockbroker here. So let's talk about delivery here. So delivery, you're gonna pay 0.45% of your trade value. For instance, if you're trading for 1 lakh rupees, you are supposed to pay them 450 rupees as brokerage charges for that particular trade. Let's talk about the other segments too. For that, we need to go back to untitled.com. So when it comes to the other segments, you can see here for intraday 0.05%. So is the case with equity futures. If you're looking to trade here in equity or currency options, 75 per lot, pretty reasonable in nature. But this is a big problem here. 0.45% for delivery and 0.05% for intraday are huge values, because we have got so many stockbrokers in India, even in full service stockbroking space, where they charge you 0.01% here, or for delivery can go as low as 0.2%, 0.1%. It also depends on your trading in deposit and your overall turnover. But still, looking at these values and the kind of the services the stockbroker provides, be it the trading platforms we've seen, be it the background it comes from, is pretty new as well. So from that perspective, certainly this is very expensive. But generally, if whenever you're going to open an account with a bank-based stockbroker, be it Yes Securities, ICICI Direct, or anything of that sort, they are going to be expensive. In fact, Axis Direct charges you 0.49% here. There is another broker, ICICI Direct, that charges you 0.5% for delivery. So make sure you understand this, that whenever you're going to open an account with the bank-based stockbroker, they are eventually going to be heavy onto your pocket. And you have to understand the terminology they use. They will generally say the brokerage is 50 paisa, 40 paisa, 5 paisa, things like that. Now 50 paisa doesn't literally mean 50 paisa. It basically means the 0.5% of your trade value. Make sure you ask them for an example to understand the intricacies here, because some of the, in fact, a lot of users that we have got in touch with, they say that why shall we open an account with a discount broker? Full service stock brokers are much cheaper because they charge in paisa, while a discount broker charges you 10 rupees or 20 rupees. Why shall I be paying it? No, that's not the case. You are not going to pay them 50 paisa. You're going to pay them 0.5% of your trade value, which is going to be very heavy onto your pocket. In fact, if you look here, the call and trade facility in this case is going to be 25 rupees, and you have to be very careful when you read these reviews we do on digitalblogger.com. It says there is a minimum charge of brokerage charge of 25 rupees. So whatever be your trade value, you have to pay them 25 rupees minimum. Even if you're trading for, let's say, 2,000 rupees, and you will probably calculate 0.45% to 2,000 rupees, is going to be less than even a 1 rupee. That's not going to be the case. The minimum brokerage charge they have set up for their clients is 25 rupees, and you must be asking these questions for sure. from the executive. So certainly this is a super duper expensive stockbroker, specifically if you look from the perspective of the kind of values it provides to its clients. Then there are transaction charges. If you see that transaction charges are pretty much part of the overall payment, they will come as part of your bill. For equity intraday and delivery, you're going to pay them a standard value of 0.00325%. If you look at the other segments here, more or less you are going to pay at a reasonable level. They are not so expensive. Generally, a lot of stockbrokers do levy high transaction charges, but in case of Yes Securities, the values are pretty reasonable in nature. If you're looking to use some exposure or leverage, for people who do not understand this concept, basically it's kind of a short-term loan offered by your stockbroker at a specific interest rate. In case of bank-based stockbrokers, it can be in the range of 16 to 22%. It really depends on the kind of stockbroker you're dealing with. When we talk about Yes Securities, though, they give you very low exposure values. Generally, we see 10 times, 15 times to be a normal number for equity intraday, but in case of Yes Securities, it's just 5 times. Other segments as well, it's around 2 to 3 times, so not so much of an exposure there. So for people who are looking for high leverage values, certainly Yes Securities is not an answer for you. So then we have this special note. Make sure that you understand the intricacies here of using exposure or leverage. So these are different charges, different kinds of payments that are going to be stipulated onto your pocket. Make sure you understand this. You can also check out the whole review here, where we have talked about multiple aspects of this particular full service stockbroker, given them some rating as well based on their performance and the client feedback. You can check that out. We'll be putting this link in the description of the video for your further information. Finally, let's talk about some of the positives and negatives of opening an account with Yes Securities. We'll start with the positives first. So it gives you a 3-in-1 account. We've talked about this in detail initially. It's a trustable brand name. It offers you reasonable transaction charges, which is also good. And if you talk about negatives here, it's pretty expensive in nature when it comes to brokerage, especially. The overall trading platforms, we have seen that the broker has quite a low inclination towards the technology of it, and especially the update frequency cycle of the mobile app. The overall quality of service and research provided by this full service stockbroker is around average in nature. It's not so great, not so bad either. And finally, we just saw the exposure, which is pretty low as far as industry standards are concerned. So we have talked about multiple aspects here, and you have to figure out what exactly you are looking from your stockbroker, and based on that you can make a choice for yourself accordingly. If you want to talk to the executive of Yes Securities, you can check out this link, digitalblogger.com/Yes Securities open trading account. Put in your details there and we will be setting up a call back for you absolutely free. However, if you need some sort of advice in finalizing the most suitable stockbroker for you as per your requirements and preferences, you can check out this other link, digitalblogger.com/free callback broker choice. Put in your details there and we will be setting up a call back for you with the most recommended stockbroker as per your preferences. So that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching it. We hope you liked it. In case you did, please go ahead and press the thumbs up button. We'll really appreciate that. You can also subscribe to our channel, Digital Blogger, at YouTube for similar videos in the future. Thank you so much again for watching the video. Bye-bye.